Nice bit of knick-knackery, that.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm lucky enough to call this great big lump of stone my home. Come on in.
So I've woken up with an urge to declutter our china cupboards.
I see, so he's getting it all out on the table. He seems to have a bit of an unhealthy obsession with teacups, this one. Oh, come on, this is getting ridiculous now.
I mean, some of this stuff I probably did pick up in a charity shop 20 years ago. And I know that I love everything on the table, but some things I feel like, over the years have been upgraded, and there are definitely things we hardly ever use. I've realised that I'm not a very discerning buyer sometimes. Like, I'm definitely guilty of buying something because I perceive it to be a bargain. And when we first moved to this house, it felt kind of empty. We'd come from a 2-bedroom flat. This place is obviously much bigger, and it just didn't feel homely. So I did go on a bit of a splurge, I'm afraid. We're very lucky here. We have an embarrassment of space. So this exercise isn't really about trying to free up more storage space. And I do love a knick-knack. I love flea markets. I love finding things in charity shops, and it brings a lot of joy. But I do feel it needs editing down a bit. What's that thing that Marie Kondo says? You should only keep things that spark joy, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of joy on this table. Now you see, this is chipped, cracked, and we never use it. But it's extremely beautiful, so I will be keeping that. It looks fantastic with a tomato salad on it. And since I'm not planning on giving up tomatoes, we'll have to keep that. I mean, come on, that's got to stay. Fabulous. You see, it seems to me that if you wanted to serve something square, like say a flapjack, then you would need a square plate, right? So I really think getting rid of that would be just downright foolish. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a nice bit of green Wedgman bajolica, can you? They're just so gorgeous, aren't they? Look at that. Most of these are late 19th century, and they're all different designs. That's a particularly lovely one, isn't it? And this one has a water lily on it. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, well, 10 is a good strong number. I think it'd be a bit weird to just have 9, right? Absolutely gorgeous. You know what though, I might do a separate video for teacups. We've never used that. Definitely keep. I think these are so charming. These are from Fortnum and Mason. They were a souvenir from a little jaunt we had to London. And there's a set of 4 cheese plates. They're all different designs. And you know what? They're probably the only thing on the entire table that have been bought brand new. I mean, it might surprise you to learn that I'm not actually a fan of clutter. I mean, Lord knows I'm no minimalist. And intentional clutter, yes. And look, no shade to people with cluttered homes. My childhood home was quite messy, and it wasn't like a crazy hoarder house or anything. It was absolutely fine. But it had got to the stage where if you opened pretty much any cupboard, things would fall out. And if you wanted something, you had to rejig it and move like 6 or 7 items just to access the one thing you wanted. And look, I think that's what most people's houses are like, right? You know, it's fine, it's normal. But I am on a mission here not to let that happen, because I definitely feel calmer and less stressed when the place is kind of really orderly and organised. And to be honest, I even get a little bit of a kick from it. I'm a bit of a control freak sometimes. Arguably, Daniel is more of a hoarder than I am. I mean, he has hundreds of books, records, CDs, cassette tapes, for goodness sake. But that's fine, because that is his thing. You know, that brings him joy. And the point is, we have worked out adequate storage for it. But I am definitely the one that tries to edit things down. I'm the control freak. The other reason for doing this declutter is I've always had this little dream that I'd like to try doing a bit of buying and selling, you know, as a little bit of a side gig. Because I love rooting through flea markets, I love car boot sales, and I think I've got quite a good eye. So it seems to me that there's enough stock in this house already to get things started. So if you see anything in the video that you like, do let me know, or I'll put a link to the shop in the description below. Cheers. At this point it is essentially a garage sale, but you know, I feel it's something that I might want to develop in the future. And the plan is that any little bits of profit I would just put aside, and then we could perhaps use them for projects that we have around the house, which maybe could become content even.
We've been restoring and decorating this house on and off for about 11 years, and there's still much to be done.
I've just been watching these videos back, and I had no idea that I move my hands around so much when I talk. What's wrong with me? Stay still, Tim. Anyway, that's enough faffing around. Back to the decluttering. Oh dear, this table is still looking rather full. It's time to address the elephant in the room. So this 60-piece dinner service was my parents' wedding china. It's a Roald Dalton design called Reflections, and my parents were married in 1963, and this is from that era. But the point is, I've known it all my life, and every Christmas, every birthday, it would come out. And out of everything on this table, it's probably the thing I feel the most nostalgic about. The question is, do we need it all? I mean, these tiny little side plates, we hardly ever use, because you know, they're also this size. And you know, the same with the coffee set really. So could it be edited down? Do you know what? I just can't do it. It's not just that it was my mother's pride and joy. It just also feels like some kind of weird vandalism to split the set. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, in the 62 years we've had it, not one single piece has been broken from the entire set, which is on the one hand a great achievement, but it also makes it totally terrifying to handle. Keep. 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 Hell yeah. It's most unusual with the purple, isn't it? I think that could go though. You see, that would look fantastic on someone's hall table, maybe? For keys or something. That is beautiful. I think that's going to go in the shop. Okay, so this is good. I managed to get a bit more ruthless. So we've got a nice big box of stuff to go to the charity shop, and then some really lovely bits and pieces to sell in the shop. Jug, jug, teacup, 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 teacup.
Yeah, the view from this kitchen isn't bad.
So it's time to organise the cupboard. I found these in a charity shop, and I think they might just be a game changer. You see, we need the least used things at the back. God, it's like a TARDIS in here. Or that could go on top of that. Of course, what I should really have done is a before and after. I'm afraid you're just getting the after. But look how beautifully organised this cupboard is. I'm a little bit overexcited about it, to be honest. Look, you can reach everything. Far more manageable. So I finally found a use for this gorgeous little chest I found at the Flea. It's got the coffee sets in. How cute is that? We do sometimes display plates up here, and indeed at one point there was a whole jug collection going on. But at the moment, I'm quite pleased with this fairly pared back look. I designed this unit with a plate shelf, and so now I'm going to have fun deciding which plates to put back on display. It did feel good. I'd been putting that off for a very long time, and you know, some of those things I hadn't laid eyes on in 2 or 3 years. So far better for them to go to new homes where they'll be appreciated again. If I want to keep on collecting, then that mountain of stuff can't just keep growing and growing and growing, right? I have to be more mindful about what I bring into this house. I'm actually on a bit of a high with it. I might do the saucepan cupboard tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm very new at this, and I suppose what I'm trying to do here is to gather a little YouTube community of like-minded people. So if you're someone that loves a vintage knick-knack or historic buildings or the English countryside, then please, let's be friends.